What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and I'm going to show you the first scale that I think you should learn as a guitar player. You'll get the most mileage out of it as a beginner, and also it's a classic scale for riffs and blues soloing. And then also when you play it in its relative major, you have the bluegrass scale as well as the classic scale for the melody of Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, for instance. So there's a lot of good uses for it, and that's what I think you should do. Also, if you're trying to get deeper into guitar, check the link in the description below for my website, martymusic.com. I've got courses over there, and I also have free courses when you sign my newsletter, so be sure to sign my newsletter and get better at guitar. Here we go. So a scale is a pool of notes that sound good together, and there's a science, a theory behind why they sound good together, but you can think of it as a group of notes that work, and when you group the notes together, they make up chords, and when you use those chords to play a progression, then you can choose the pool of notes to play melodies over it, but they all are the same note. It's like the DNA is the scale, and the chords and the melodies are all from that set of notes. Now, the major scale is kind of like the foundation, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. But as far as guitar playing goes, I think the first scale that you'll get the most mileage out of to learn and practice is what I call the open position E minor pentatonic scale. And it's E minor pentatonic scale, meaning 5 notes, and E, because the root, the foundation, what sounds like home base, is the E note. And so there's a lot. One, you can play a lot of classic riffs. That's with one little extra blues note. So many different melodies and classic riffs come from the scale. Also, it's the group of notes you would use over a 12-bar blues, like the first kind of 12-bar blues or blues playing that you would do would use this scale. And then also, when you change what you think of as the root, so instead of E, if I think of second note of the scale, if you think of that as the root, you now have a whole new scale, which is G major. So there's so many good things, and you don't have to understand all that right now, but there are so many good things to get out of it. Plus, the technique involved to practice the scale is technique and muscle memory that you're going to be using for the rest of your guitar playing journey. Okay, so I'm going to teach it to you as the E minor pentatonic scale right now. We start with the open E string, and then we're going to take our third finger and play the 3rd fret. Then you're going to play the open A string, and then with your middle finger, try and use these correct fingers when you practice it. So open to 3rd fret with the 3rd finger, and then anything on the 2nd fret, you're going to use your middle finger. So O, 3, O is the A string, and O meaning open, not 0. O, 3, O, just because that's just for the wise guy out there that says O is not a number. That's for you. You know who you are. O3, O2. Then we're going to do the same thing on the D string. O2. And then on the G string, same thing. O2, O2. So O3, O2, 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 O3. So that's the B string, 3rd fret, with the 3rd finger, O3. And then on the high E string, O3, O3. So from lowest note to highest note, walking up the stairs sonically, O3, O2, 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 O3, O3. So that was ascending the scale, E minor pentatonic. Now, if I also want to do the descending, and I'll start on the 3rd fret high E and play 3 0 3 0 2 0 2 0 2 0 3 0. And so when we assign the 3rd fret to our 3rd finger and the 2nd fret to our middle finger, you can see my hand doesn't move at all. I mean, it doesn't slide up and down. It's in one hand position. And so right off the bat, you could practice that over a 12-bar blues, and you'll hear that it has just a familiar sound, like the notes work, you know? So check that out. I'll play that scale just up and down, and you hear it sounds familiar. So that was me taking that same scale, and instead of just running it up and down, I started to embellish it, you know, take it to a more experienced level, because I've been playing a long time, but just to show you where that leads to. But what's really fun is if you just know your kind of open cowboy chords, like a G chord, and a C chord, and a D chord, maybe E minor and A minor, any of those classic open chords, you can add notes. So, in conclusion, 03, 02, 02, 02, 03, 03, and the reverse. 3-0, 3-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 3-0. Start with that. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Don't forget, I got my website, martymusic.com. Check the link down there. Sign my newsletter for some free courses. And thank you for your continued support. Good luck out there, and I hope to see you soon.